Hey guys, I'm gonna give everybody a second to get the notification and get on here. Normally I like to wait a minute so I'm not just talking to myself. Guess I want y'all to be on here with me. Okay.
First off,
I'm gonna put on some music so it's not like super quiet in here. Okay, I like to have my worship music going because it gets so quiet in here whenever the kids are not here. Tag. Okay, I don't want that to be too loud that you can't hear me. Is that you, Heather? I wanted to make sure somebody was on here before I started blabbing. Okay, so I did take some notes, but I'm really going to speak from the heart too. So whatever happens, happens. That's normally how I plan my trainings. Yay, it's you, Heather. Okay, so the comments are a little delayed, so if it takes me a second to answer, that's why. But I wanted to, just our conversation today kind of made me get to thinking, and this was the topic that I decided to talk on. So just do it. Whenever you start brand new as a Scentsy consultant, it's sometimes overwhelming. Sometimes there's some roadblocks that may make you want to quit early on, or you just get really frustrated because there's a lot to learn. And I still feel like there's a lot to learn 2.5 years in, just because things are always changing in the world, in our business, with our customer base. Sometimes it's hard to just sit down and be like, okay, what am I doing today? Sometimes that's a hard thing. So I made a note. I said, none of us really know what we are doing. And I don't always know what I'm doing. And y'all look at me like, oh, she's got it all together. She knows exactly what to do. She's been doing this so long. I don't always know what I'm doing. And the thing is, I don't want to say that to discourage you. I want to say that because you're not alone and we're all here learning together. And I want us to all be here and support each other and give each other ideas. Like, that was my whole goal in having a team page, is for us to, be here to support each other, ask questions, put in your input, and just really cheer each other on. And I hope I do a good job with that. But sometimes I get behind because I struggle in my own business as well. But I have learned some things along the way. A big thing is you need to be willing to try new things. And you need to, most importantly, believe that you can do the things that you think are big and scary and hard. That you can achieve goals that you put into place. That you are worthy of success. That people love you. And that you're going to find people that want to support you and can relate to you. Those people are out there, and most of the time it's not going to be your family and friends. Honestly, Heather, I told you, my mother still buys Walmart wax. And I don't know what I'm going to do with her. She does still buy some Scentsy stuff, but it's like, okay, Mom, really? I think it's just an impulsive thing. When she goes to Walmart, she wants to buy stuff, and she finds something that smells good, and she's going to buy it. But she's even told me that she had a really bad allergic reaction, like she had turned on the Walmart waxes one day left the house, came back, and they were all coughing and could barely breathe. And I'm like, and you still buy the stuff? Anyways, besides the point. Your friends and your family are not going to carry your business. Most of the people that support my business, I do not know. The people that cheer me on, I've maybe never met in person. A lot of them. And at first, people are going to be looking for you to fail. A lot of people out there are not going to believe in you. They're going to think, oh, it's just another one of those scam businesses, a pyramid scheme, and oh my gosh, she's going to work it for a few months and take our money and never make anything of it. And they are looking for you to fail because that's what social media teaches them, is that this is a scam and it's not going to benefit you in the long run, and that you're going to spend all your money and never make any. And I didn't really know anything about Scentsy when I started, so I didn't have all that previous those bad thoughts about it. But a lot of people do. And I want you to, if you've had people tell you bad things about direct sales or whatever, I want you to get that out of your mind, because I'm living it. Like, this pays my rent a majority of the time. And so, besides the money part of it, I know that it's blessed my life in helping me to get out of depression. It's blessed my life in helping me to get out there and meet people, to believe in myself, and to tell myself that people actually like me and relate to me. Because growing up, I had that really bad view of myself that I was just different, that nobody liked me. And it was really hard for me to make friends. Not that I didn't want to, but it's like I was afraid of people. I didn't want to talk to people. And that was just the enemy early on in my mind, making me feel inferior to everyone else. And in this business, I've met people, or not met in person, but I've gotten to know people that believed in me and told me I was beautiful inside and out, and that I was worthy of great things. And I started to change my mindset about myself. And I started to challenge myself and do things that I normally wouldn't, that just built my confidence. Because I don't believe anybody just is born confident. You have to practice being confident before you are. And that's why I say a lot of times, fake it till you make it, because that was my whole first year as a consultant, was faking it until I actually got to the point where where my goals were. I had to continue to show up on days where I didn't know where my sales were going to come from. I didn't know if the people that I messaged were going to message me back, because a lot of times they don't, and that's okay. People have lives, they're busy. Maybe they don't want to talk to you. That's all right. There's people out there that do. And rejection is hard. Like, that was something that was one of the biggest roadblocks for me, was the fear of rejection. But I continued to watch trainings, and they talked about this, and they just said there's going to be people out there that will support you, and if you keep asking, you're going to get that yes. And so that's exactly what I did. And there was more people out there that were watching me that I didn't even know. Like, over 2.5 years, there's been people watching me the whole time that never commented, never liked any of my posts, never said anything to me. Maybe they didn't even respond to a message from me. But a year later, they're like, hey, how do I join Scentsy? Or, hey, I want to host a party. Or they just went and bought something from me and never said anything. Like, there's people out there, and you never know. You never know who's watching you, who's watching your business, who's inspired by you. I've had people tell me, maybe they can't buy all the time, but they've said, hey, thank you for being so inspiring or posting inspirational stuff on your Facebook in, a time where things are so negative. They know that I'm always trying to post uplifting and positive things on my Facebook, and just showing people like it's okay to go after your dreams. Because before, I didn't really have any dreams. I didn't have any goals really. Like, I felt hopeless because I chose a career that I hated. And, as a nurse, I was good at it, but it really just wasn't for me because it was so mentally exhausting. And I just hated it. I hated being away from my kids. I hated all of it. So I just really felt like a failure in the fact that I went through all that, and now I didn't even want to utilize my degree, and my family talked bad about me. I know other people outside of my family talk bad about me because I gave that up. And they're like, you need to go get a real job. Like, maybe even made fun of me because they didn't think that I could that I could sell anything or be a business owner. Like, they didn't think that my personality was the type to run a business. And it was kind of like a joke to some people, even my own family and some people that I thought would never talk about me. Just really like, oh, well, you're wasting your degree. You're sitting at home doing a job that's like a scam or a joke, and I really had to put that to the side and be like, you know what? I know that I'm capable of this. I've been able to do all the things that I set my mind to in my life, whether I chose to pursue nursing or not. I went through nursing school and I got through it. That, maybe that wasn't where my journey was supposed to end up, but I still had a goal and I made it happen. And even though, I sub at the school, and I do little things here and there, but ultimately, like, my family came first, and I did not want to go work in a hospital again because, they say 12-hour shifts, but it really turns out to be like 14-hour shifts, then the hour drive home. And so that just wasn't something, and I was working night shift before, and it wasn't something that fit with my family because I was so tired. I was always angry. It led me spiraling through my alcohol addiction, and my life was not where I wanted it. So I set aside time for my family, and I knew that I wanted to make this work because I did not want to work in the hospital, and I did not want to sacrifice time with my family and my kids while they were young to go work in a hospital where they did not appreciate me. Yes, I know, and I've kept my degree up. If something came up that I just happened to be led to do, maybe one day I'll, have a full-time job nursing again. But I know, like, hospitals eat you. They chew you up and spit you out. And I'm just too, I don't want to say too weak or fragile, but like, they take advantage of people like me. And I wasn't having it no more. So, I think it was Stacey Behringer had said something about, you have to believe in yourself that you are capable of doing big things and that you are worthy. And so I decided right then, I was like, I'm doing this. And so a big thing with this business is you have to know why you're doing it. And whether you get that in your mind or you write it on a sticky note or you write it down on a notebook. I keep notebooks everywhere because I have to brain dump and I have to put my ideas on paper. So like when say I want to sell 500 PRV that month, or I want to sponsor so many people, or whatever my goal is, I'm going to write that down. And everybody starts with a blank page. Okay, so you get you a notebook, you have a blank page. Start writing down the things that you want to achieve, whether it's personal growth, whether it's an amount of sales, whether it's making relationships. Write down a goal that's feasible for you and set a date that you want to achieve that by. And so when you write that down, you're going to start coming up with ideas and brainstorming on how you want to get there. And I always recommend to excuse me. I always recommend to watch training videos because you're going to get so much inspiration. You're going to hear a little bit of Scentsy stories, people and how, they built their business, the things that they had to go through, but you're also going to get ideas of things that you can try yourself. And I want to say, don't try to do everything at once. Don't put it all on yourself to do everything and try everything all at once, because that's when you start to get overwhelmed. I've had this cough and it won't go away. A lot of people, when they get started, either it's very slow going and they get discouraged, or they have very big success and then it kind of fizzles out because their friends and family can't buy from them every month. But I feel like a lot of people get to the stage where they're frozen and they don't know what to do, and they get discouraged and they just quit. And so that's why I say that you need to have a why. You need to have a reason why you're doing this. You need to focus on why you're doing it and make that a priority, so that when things are hard, when you don't feel like getting out of the bed in the morning, or you don't feel like working your business, you can always remember that's what I'm doing it for. And mine was, I didn't want to have to go back to work a hospital job. And I wanted to make money from home so that I could stay home with my kids. But whatever that is for you, write that down and, put it on the sticky note. Put it on your mirror every morning to remind you why you're doing this. But a lot of people get to the stage where they are frozen and don't know what to do. I want to say that just doing things and just putting one foot in front of the other, that's going to be how you get out of that. So you may not know what you're doing, you may not know how to do it, but you know that you have a goal of what you want to achieve every month. And so write down that goal, write down a plan, and try to do at least one thing for your business every single day, so that you get in the habit of waking up, doing one thing for your business, and then eventually that will build on itself. Because it takes, 21 days to build a habit. If you wake up and know you have to make a post or just show what Scentsy product you're using or whatever way you want to market that. Some people are really big on TikTok. Some people, like to do live videos like me. Some people like to post in their stories. Whatever it is that you're good at, just make sure that you're showing up and showing who you are and your personality, showing your story along the way, because there's going to be people that watch you from the beginning, and they're going to see you grow, and they're going to see your business grow because you're going to keep showing up, and they're going to be inspired by that, and they're going to think, well, maybe I can do that too. Because there's people that grew up with me. There's people that saw me when I first started, and how scared and how nervous I was and how awkward I was in my videos. They saw all that, and they saw me grow along the way. And, maybe they wait a year, maybe they wait 2 years to come to you, but they're going to see your story. They're going to relate to you. And that's the biggest thing, I think, is building those relationships and just being real and showing who you are, your goals, your dreams, just showing your personality and being real. Because when people get to know you and like you and trust you, they're going to support you in any way that they can. Okay. Look at my notes. So, yeah, write down why you are doing this or what you want Scentsy to do for you. Because Scentsy can be the vessel for so many things. Which I love Scentsy. I love the company, but it's just the vessel. You make it what you want it to be. You know, you have to come up with the ideal lifestyle that you want to have. Somebody, I think it was Christina, told me a long time ago. She's on here, but she had said that she wanted a cabin in the woods with a bunch of chickens and animals and stuff, and to just have her Scentsy business and work from home and that type of thing. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's something to strive for, and it's definitely something that's attainable. But you have to have that picture of the perfect lifestyle and the day that you want to wake up to one day. Whether that's just freedom to go and do as you please, or providing a better future for your kids, or, you know, whatever it may be, picture that. Because Scentsy can do it for you. And once you get in the routine of working your business, you're going to see little things along the way, and you're like, I've really got this. Like, it's working. I'm doing this. Some days it's not as easy, but it's the little things that you do every day that are going to build up. And you may not see results now, but you will if you trust yourself and know that it's going to work. You will do those things and you'll see the results of it. Just do it. So I am reading this book, and I definitely recommend personal growth. And actually the first book that I ever read that was like related to network marketing was Beach Money, and it's on Amazon. You can find it on there. Jordan Adler, I think, is who wrote it, but it definitely changed my perspective on my business. And it's a must read. Like, I read it in 1 or 2 days. But he failed at like 14 different companies, and he finally just got it. And there was a section in there where it's like, picture your perfect day for the life that you want. And that's kind of where I got that from, is picturing what you want your business to do for you, and just knowing that you're going to make that happen. And it was very inspiring to me, because that's what's going to push you to work and try new things and do the things that you really don't feel like doing some days. But anyways, I'm reading this book because I've seen so much hype about it. It's Atomic Habits, and it's basically on how to do those mini habits every day to be 1% better today than yesterday. You don't have to make giant leaps in a day. It's that 1% improvement every single day. And I think it said something about that yields a 37% overall improvement in a year. And that's a lot. That's a lot. And it may not seem like it because it's gradual, very gradual. But if you continue to improve, it's going to yield huge results. And just changing, like, you know, maybe you're not doing nothing in your business, but today you decide to do a live video, or you decide to show up and post what you're using in your stories. And then you do that every single day, and you continue to show up and say there's 20 people that see your story today. Or maybe there's 40 people that see it tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then that builds, and they're watching you every single day. And can you imagine the amount of people that have their eyes on you every single day when you post? Let's see. Believe in you. Take a deep breath. Try one new thing today. So, like I said before, nobody really knows exactly what they're doing. We can have goals. We can have a checklist. But ultimately, we're just trying new things until something works. And that, I feel like that's with anything. Like, it's just trial and error. And you see what works and what doesn't. And you just kind of feel what's right. That's kind of, I'm trying to let my instincts lead me more this year instead of just, having a checklist of things to do. I'm trying to build relationships in a way that I can help other people. Because really that's what it's about, is I have this yummy cake that is Scentsy, and it's the best cake I've ever tasted, and I want to share it because I know what it's done for me and how good it tastes. And that's how I look at it. Like, I want everybody to know about it. And I share that, and I share my journey, and I share what I use my paycheck for, and I share, what it's doing in my life, that I have freedom to be with my kids. And if people see that, a certain amount of times, they're going to be like, okay, I want that too, if they can relate to you. So try one new thing today. Taking a step forward is better than standing frozen and not doing anything. And if you take that one step forward every single day, ultimately it's going to lead you to your destination, where you want to be. So we're going to write down a goal, and we're going to make a plan on how we want to achieve it. Brainstorm ideas on pen and paper to make it more real. Because if you keep it in your head, sometimes if you're like me, your thoughts just get so jumbled, and it's like, can't remember what I just thought 5 minutes ago, and I just get discouraged. So I'm just going to sit here, just like I took notes for this. I just sat here and wrote down thoughts and ideas. And sometimes that's what you have to do, is brain dump onto a piece of paper and figure out what's the best way to get to this goal. But I think I'm done rambling. I think everybody's left me now. That's okay. But, maybe you're struggling with parties. Maybe you're struggling with getting hosts or sponsoring or whatever it is. Focus on that one thing. Watch training videos on it. Ask me questions. Write down ideas of what you think could benefit. Or write down what you've tried and what did not work. Write down ways or things that you think could work. Take notes when you're watching those training videos. And just try new things. Literally, that's all it takes, is to put one foot in front of the other and try something new. And just keep doing that and keep going. But love you guys, and I hope you got something out of it. Let me know in the comments if you learned something today. Or let me know if you're going to try something new today. And I'm going to hold you to it. Let me know and message me that you tried something new today. Put your face in front of the camera. Let people get to know you, because you're beautiful and amazing, and people love you, and people want to know what you have to say. But alright, guys.